Couldn't the governor have avoided all this if soon after those two seats had become vacant, he called a special election?
Well, it's the same kind of thing, though. They would have taken office sometime in April. We're finished. There's no sense having somebody on the taxpayers' dime when there's no session that's going to be happening.
Why is there no sense in that? Just because, I mean, you are still representing the people of that district. You just don't shut down your representation.
Sure. Well, I mean, that's our job, is primarily to vote, to have committee hearings, to listen to our constituents. And really, starting on April 15th, we are in our districts running for re-election. So I think that's exactly what we would want people to do. And having somebody who takes office, never has a single day on the floor, never casts a single vote in the legislature, seems to me to be a waste of taxpayer resources. And especially for those local communities, the clerks, the chaos that's caused, or literally you walk up to somebody to have them sign 2 sets of nomination papers for an office, one in June, another one in the fall, doesn't make any sense to me.
The chief judge in Dane County didn't like what you had to say about the judge, Judge Reynolds, who made this ruling. You said it was a political ruling. You said she was an activist judge. Do you stand by those comments?
I do. I mean, I think, unfortunately...
Even though she was appointed by Governor Walker.
Well, and she's also endorsed Rebecca Dallett. So, as I said in my availability, once in a while, myself, Governor Walker, all of us get it wrong with an appointment. So in Dane County, unfortunately, you have to be an ultra-liberal to be able to get elected. I know Governor Walker has appointed conservatives, and they've all been defeated because liberal activists are the only ones who are elected in Dane County, it seems. So it doesn't surprise me that that's the ruling that she would take. I think my colleague, Senator Fitzgerald, agrees that she made a decision that we don't stand by. But we believe in separation of powers. She has the right to make that decision. The legislature now has the right to come and correct it and hopefully have it signed by Governor Walker.
The chief judge went pretty far in his comments, and this is William Hanrahan, and he said about you, he said, you took the low road when you made this criticism of Judge Reynolds. He said, with a broad brush, you have not only needlessly besmirched my reputation, the chief judge's reputation, and that of my colleagues, you have also gratuitously denigrated the good citizens of Dane County. He said, you can't be taken seriously as a statesman because of comments like that.
Well, I think it's unfortunate that people who live in Dane County don't understand that, you know, Lee Sherman Dreyfus always said, what is Madison? It's reality, or it's 30 square miles surrounded by reality. I think that's what I see on a regular basis. There are good, decent people in Dane County, but I think that their view of the world is distinctly different from a lot of the rest of the state. I want judges who follow the rule of the law. I want judges who actually defer to the legislature. I want them to make sure that they are not politicizing their rulings. And by and large, I have seen that in almost every issue, from Act 10, right to work, voter ID, a Dane County judge elected by very liberal voters overruled the will of the legislature, only to be turned back by a court at a different level. Sometimes the appeals court, sometimes the federal court, sometimes the Supreme Court. They can't be taken seriously there.
You've heard the argument from Democrats. They say Republicans are running scared. They looked at what happened when Patty Shockner won up in northwestern Wisconsin in a legislative race, and they're afraid it's going to happen again. They're going to lose an important Senate seat. What do you say to that?
Well, not for me. I mean, I am out recruiting candidates right now. I am optimistic. I know that every single time that we go through an election cycle, Democrats predict that they're going to take over the state, that the public's finally going to turn. Record low unemployment, surplus, we're returning money back to the taxpayers, we're focusing on their priorities. I am very confident that we're going to do it, but you still have to follow the law. And the fact that we're going to have this chaos adds nothing to the debate other than giving Democrats the ability to try to scream some kind of foul.